Hey, so we are going to do some crypto talks tonight because it's sort of getting on my nerves. What people aren't getting about this space, and they're being so black and white, and that's just not how the money's going to be made. And I realized why they don't get it. And so we're just going to have to talk about this and settle down. Um, so this is what we're going to talk about. I realize people can be very one dimensional, and it really is depending on what their background is, right? So if all you do is invest in crypto, but you've never, say, built a business, you've never invested in marketing, you've never done real estate, your perception is this. It's just this one dimension. So say you invest in crypto and you do real estate investing, you're going to have a wider perspective and dimension because you have more skill sets and understanding how money flows than someone who just invests in, say, stocks, right? And so when you add that and you keep going and say you've built like an online platform and you're an influencer, there is more information you have about the depth and how to accomplish that than other people. And so I'm finding that because of the skill sets I have, I keep having to look at people who are being very one-dimensional and not understanding the bigger picture, which also means they're shooting themselves in the own foot, and they're going to be very surprised when they do not have to be. And I get why, and I want to break down some of the things I'm seeing with Dogecoin and even shit coins. Like, I don't want to be here cussing like that, but the thing is, they're literally called shit coins. And you got to understand the language of this beast if you want to participate in it. So FYI, like, if you look, I don't really curse like that, but we have to understand how they talk. Now, I'm not opposed to cursing. I just my private life, I do. It's just on a public platform, I don't tend to. But in this talks, we really need to understand the culture which is being adopted. And understanding the language is part of it. And I'm going to explain what a shitcoin is and how people are being very obtuse and not understanding that it's not only here to stay, it actually really does work. And it can wreck you as well. But if you understand how it works, it doesn't have to, right? So I'm going to tell you what I've been learning with my shitcoin strategies. But it's all about opening your mind. And it's very much a rich dad, poor dad. So when you don't understand something, some people just go, if you read Rich Dad, Poor Dad book, it was like Rich Dad and Poor Dad. So Poor Dad was like, if a kid went to Poor Dad and said, hey, Poor Dad, I want to buy a yacht. How do we do it? The Poor Dad goes, that's just too expensive. We don't do that. And he shuts it down. There's no more conversation about it. He's not supposed to ask about it anymore. But if you ask the same question to Rich Dad doesn't go, we don't do it. We don't talk about it. Rich Dad has gotten to the point where he knows, well, let me start working and exercising my mind to figure out how I can afford it. Let me see how much it costs. Let me see how you can finance it. Let me see how much cash you need as a down payment. And eventually Rich Dad, because he did all that thinking and analysis and putting it into place versus shutting his mind down, he's going to get that dang yacht if that's what they want. But they actively exercise it versus shutting the mind down. So this is honestly basically a Rich Dad, Poor Dad talk with some wealth knowledge on the books that I, just the reading and research I've done, as well as the skills on why people are really shooting themselves in the foot and they're being very ignorant and obtuse. They don't know they're being ignorant. They're just doing what they think is best, but they just don't have a wider perspective. And I think that they're giving a lot of advice that is not really good or serving other people. And I wanted to articulate what I think that they're missing so that we can combat this narrative and understand that there's going to be a lot of different things in this cryptocurrency space that aren't just straight technical Binance chain, Ethereum, this technology and that technology, but they're still lucrative. They still make people money. And we need to understand the psychology of why some of these things, even though we're a little disdainful and uppity about, like, they're still going to get a ton more money than the other technical products that I spent 3 hours researching and trying to understand, because that's like the nature of finances. So it's like, this is like really a money talk, because the thing is, the same exact behaviors that are in the regular financial world, they don't change because it's cryptocurrency. Like, it is the same thing. So yeah, we're getting more money and more mass adoption and like a dog funny meme coin. I'm actually going to compare that to something. and these shit coins that we know are super pump and dump. Like they offer no technology, no token metrics, although some do, and that's sort of a fun thing to see where they're innovating. But the same exact thing is going to apply. I have a platform of about 50,000. My YouTube channel is like 20,000, right? I literally help people go from this stage to that stage. Business landowners. We are in another, when you go from being a just a regular saver to a landowner to a successful business owner, you become a different, people view you differently. You have a different social class and social setting in this country. It is something that even the British understand real estate development, right? And so it does that. But the thing is, guess which YouTube channels have 3 million subscribers, 6 million subscribers? You want to know which ones? It's the entertaining ones. And it's the ones where the guy dresses up like a girl and he trolls people. Okay. And he makes people laugh. That literally has 3 million. And I help people bring generational wealth. And the reality is I don't get mad at it. I just accept it. Like not everyone's going to do the work to have the level of financial knowledge that gives this discipline. But, you're going to have millions of people who are interested in, a funny channel versus one that can help them financially, right? Like that's life. And it's interesting that people don't get it because you look at Dogecoin becoming this big social influence and it's like, listen, what did I say? So you have this many people doing the research and vetting the projects and doing their due diligence. And then you have millions more get into the space because of a joke coin, because it's funny and it's entertaining and they understand it and it's easy to understand and they don't have to think or do too much research behind it. And what I'm trying to get people to understand is that the behaviors don't change. But what I do think is a lot of the people who are giving advice on crypto, they're really being obtuse to some things. And that is what I want to talk about. So I'm just going to just say, see who said hi. And then I'm just going to get into it. All right. So, hey, Alexis. Hi, Rasan. I wanted to know how to invest into crypto, but I have no knowledge. Okay. Rasan, I have some beginners workshops that I do that go like step by step. So feel free to do that. Of course, you can just Google it and just find information out there. But I have my own way of teaching. And I think I bring a very unique, a bigger perspective than a lot of other people that can give you some really, really fundamental economic and financial shifts about what's going on to be able to ride these waves a little bit more thoroughly. So I will post those links below, but you should join my Crypto for join my Crypto for Beginners group. I'm gonna post a link real quick. Let me find it. It was Bitcoin for beginners, but someone said I should name it crypto. And I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. Here, join my Crypto for Beginners group because it's a lot of beginner questions and it's a space set up for that. So no one's going to call you stupid. Like I don't do stupid. I don't do talking down to people because that's not useful. You're poor. Rasan, that's a mindset. So you just said like, you're wealthy, you just haven't gotten the money yet. It's a different way of seeing things. Facebook user says, yes, different people need to be able to evolve with the industry. More people want to be entertained versus educated. It's such a weird ratio. But it's weird, but it's like, it's literally, it just transfers. There's no difference. And once you understand that, it still has a very big place. And hey, Sydney, and hey, everyone else. All right, so I'll get into it. And I hope this isn't boring, but so many people are like dissing shit coins and dissing Doge coins, and I understand why, but they really need to back up because they're being very limited and obtuse, and they're just alienating people who are going to be mass adopting this in the future, and that's not the place that we need to be. So let's talk about Dogecoin. Dogecoin started out as a meme coin. It did. Now, for some of you guys, you would think, oh, it's a joke. It needs to be treated like a joke. No, you need to understand what humor plays in the world. Like the worst thing in the world can happen to you, but humor is medicine for the soul that can get you out of it. So yes, it is a joke coin, but that does not mean jokes do not have value and that doesn't sustain itself. And what I realize is that people who think it's just a joke, they don't understand social capital. And so one of the things that I did as I've been doing my real estate investing, I read a lot of those books on wealth. So like The Millionaire Next Door, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, What the Wealth Know about taxes that the poor don't, like anything like what rich people know, how wealthy people live, or The Millionaire Next Door. What else did I watch? What wealthy women know. If there is a book, Rich Habits, which is a website you can watch about like the habits of rich people. Like I did a study and it just laid out all the different things. And so you start to understand something, and something that when you become more wealthy, you start understanding social capital and social influence. So Dogecoin does not have, like, at this moment, because that can always change, like real technical value. It's not like Ethereum is built to be a utility with smart contracts and and you can do this and it's automated complete. It's not like that. It's literally just a coin. There's nothing behind it. We're gonna get into shit coins too. But what is being small-minded and short-minded is not understanding that Doge has a community. I'm going to say this again. What wealthy people know is that social capital is more important than actual financial capital. I'm going to give you an example. So say I needed like $100,000. And I'm going to use myself as an example. So I'm Lisa Phillips. I have a Facebook group with 12,000 Black investors who respect me, right? So is it more important? Would you rather have $100,000 in your bank, or would you rather have the equivalent of $1 million in social capital? And I say $1 million because if right now I went to that group and said I had $1 million real estate investment deal, I need 20 to 30 investors to all chip in, or maybe I say 100, I could easily raise $1 million, even if I have nothing. And it's something that the rich people understand. The rich people understand you don't need money, you need social capital. So you can be a nobody on the street, but if you enter into a company and you know the CEO, or your brother knows the CEO, and your brother has made a relationship with that CEO, you can have nothing, but you have the social capital to get to where you need to go. You don't necessarily need money if you have social capital. You don't even have to be the best at the job. If the owner of a company is like, his wife is like your aunt, you know what I mean? Like, and it's something that when you become wealthy, you understand you get away from, but it's something that if you're not aware, if you're not either wealthy yourself or like me, you've done that research, you're not aware. And so a big thing as you become more affluent is getting social capital, because you can be new money all you want, but it's not, new money doesn't get you in the club. Someone who's an established member who vouches for you gets you in that club. And it doesn't matter how much money you have. And so when you're doing these wealth upgrades and you're listening and you're taking this in, you understand social capital and social influence is way more important than the cash you have in your bank account. And I hope you guys can understand, right? So it's something that when you're reading about this, you're understanding, but not everyone has that understanding because they're not necessarily trying to do the wealth thing or trying to understand it. But it's something that through all that research and reading and what I'm trying to do myself and where I'm trying to go from where I was generationally to where I'm trying to go, right? I had to read these things. So when I go into these different circles, I was communicating, and I am communicating on their same level. And even if I'm not born to it, I can keep up and not make them feel like I'm awkward and uncomfortable and a liability, right? So those are the things that you know when you're doing those studies. And so when Dogecoin comes, like many people are, it's because of fear. They're like, don't invest in it. It's nothing. It's a shit coin. It has no utility. But what they don't understand is that Doge is here to stay. And I'm doing this because I'm throwing more money at Doge. If you guys remember my very first time I came on, I was like, I made 130K on crypto. This is how I did it. And I was like, listen, Doge has a community. If you go to the Doge community, they are rabid, they are aggressive, they take self-ownership, meaning if someone says one thing bad about Doge, some random dude out of left field will come, don't you say that, we don't do this is what we're about, and he reinforces every single thing they said from the very beginning years ago that they would do. They take ownership of it. So it's never going to disintegrate because they literally, you know how in politics they have someone called like a whip, a political whip. And it was like, oh, that's the Democratic whip. They'll go get all the Democratic senators who aren't paying attention and whip them into shape. Literally the same. And that is an effective social tool, right? Like, no, you're not doing this. This is what you're doing. Get on board. And they bring the full weight of, say, the Republican Party, because there's a Republican whip too, to bear. And he has that authority. People take it upon themselves to do this. And so it's a strong community. I am learning. I'm betting on the Reddit community. They are not my cup of tea. They're really nerdy. They're really like they're like basically all the IT guy. Like you ask a question and they make you feel stupid because you didn't spend 4 hours researching it like they did. So they think you're not, oh, you should learn. You know what I mean? Like they're not really my type. But that does not mean you should not underestimate who they are. They have each individual takes ownership of whipping people into line. Each individual takes ownership of like, here's another joke to outdo the other joke that was just there 2 seconds ago. And so it's a lot of energy and commitment and passion and thought processes and gathering the crowd and keeping people in shape. And it's self-sustaining and it's self-fulfilling. So when we're looking at different coins, like you got to understand social capital is important. And if you ignore it, it is at your own economic peril, or not peril, but like, so Dogecoin's not going anywhere. I don't care that it dipped. Those guys who are Dogecoin millionaires, it eventually is going to get to $1 and they're going to cash out. If you are not paying attention to their community, you're going to overlook it. So if you want to put some money in Dogecoin, look at their community. Is it still going strong? I can go to their website right now on Reddit. To the Doge, I'm on the Dogecoin. I go to Dogecoin memes. I go to Dogecoin wars. I go to Dogecoin development. There's like so many different Dogecoin groups. And I'm seeing post after post after post from different members, not all the same members, continuously upping the game, keeping people in line, keeping people hopeful, keeping people in paper hands, another joke to make you laugh, another thing to whip them into shape. And it's constant. They are not letting up. So if you want to throw some money at Dogecoin, throw it. If you need to understand why I'm saying that, I'm saying you have to understand social capital. So it's not this big weird thing of what's going on. And so what happens in these groups, because I'm in a lot of crypto groups now, because, we get excited during the bull market because we make so much money. So we're all in it, like all day. And they're like, oh my gosh, Doge, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, and I keep typing and I'm arguing with people. I was like, you don't get it. You don't understand what social influence and social capital and cultural influence is. FYI, because I'm here for my community. Can you imagine if we took a coin as a Black community and decided to make memes about, keep us on point about, keep us buying, keep us hodling? We made funny jokes about it. We get billionaires and singers to promote it because they want to get on board. If we use our social influence as a Black community, and I was trying to think of something because Dogecoin is likable because it's a dog. And like, honestly, think about it. If you're unhappy with all these governments and the government fiat system, what is the best revenge? The best revenge is replacing it and destroying it and collapsing it with a cryptocurrency based off a joke and dogs. I don't know if y'all know it, but people love dogs. White people especially love dogs. I mean, like, don't be, you said what? Yes, I did. Y'all love dogs. Because y'all see a dog hurt in the street and do something before y'all see a Black person, I'm saying, get hurt. And I'm just saying. So y'all love dogs, and that's fine. Dogs are cute. I love dogs too. But like, think about it. Like, this isn't mindless. This is the biggest FU to the system that anyone can get. And honestly, I think that's the power behind it. They want to see this go so far and collapse the system, and it's a joke coin. Because they think how the governments are acting and the fiat currency system and the corruption is such a joke, right? It takes a joke to bring down a joke. So, just imagine if we had a coin. Now I was thinking, like, what is something that all Black people like that we can rally behind and love and make jokes about, memes about? And I was like, and don't get mad at me for saying this, but what I came up with was like, what if we had like a fried chicken coin? Now, don't get me wrong. I love fried chicken, right? But what if we had that coin and every Black person in the world just decided this is our coin, and everyone bought this coin and we made fun jokes about this coin, and other people was like, let me get some of that fried chicken coins, and there were memes about it, and then Rihanna would come and do posts about it because she got her fried. I'm just saying something. It could be any coin whatsoever, right? I don't know. Name something, but I was just trying to think of something we all like, right? I think watermelon coin's a little too hurtful, so I want to do that one. A little too hurtful. We had to drink water. We had to eat watermelon because there was no water available, and so in the fields, when we're sitting there doing back-breaking labors, my ancestor did. We had to do watermelon, so it'd be sort of funny, but I don't know. I don't know if we're healed enough for that. But I'm just saying, what if we had a coin that we coalesced around and we made funny memes about and we made influential and we laughed about and joked about and we kept making jokes and we kept going higher and higher. And every time we joked about it and every time we made it funny, everyone wanted to get in and get in and get in. But you want to know what's going to happen? Portia Williams marries like one of her ex-cast members of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and we get distracted. And, you know, they don't want us coalescing around anything, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, it's funny. Like, what if we used our influence for that? Can you imagine us just deciding that this is our coin and this is going to be our coin, and we whip people, and if anyone tried to say something against our coin, we said no. We stayed on code, and we had this coin, and people all over the world, even in China, was like, can I get that coin? Can I get that coin? This coin is awesome. Da, 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 da. It's all over Black Twitter. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? But then there's a Versus battle, and so then everybody forgets. Like, I wish one day, I'm putting this out there and speaking it into existence, because maybe one day we can get a coin like that. So this, I hope this really explained things in a way you can understand about like social value and influence, and that anyone can have that value and influence if they decide and got on code to coalesce around it. And I will always keep saying, I wish, you know, I'm not the person to lead something like that. I'm not the cool one. Like, I'm the person who's like your accountant, but I'm not the cool one. I wish the cool kids who have the influence would coalesce around an economic coin versus a Versus battle. Can you imagine? Because we're such a powerful people. It's just misaligned and misallocated and distracted. And don't even think that the distractions aren't done purposely, because they know how influential we are, right? We have people in third world countries doing rap music because we made it that cool. It's like rap. I mean, it's not that even positive, sort of negative, but like they're in the middle of these third world countries trying to do it because that's the kind of influence that we have. They know it. That's why they want to keep us distracted instead of coalescing around a coin. But I was just saying, what if we had a coin? So that, I hope, does that make sense on why like I get a little upset at people making fun of Doge as if it's nothing? And I'm like, how are you going to discount a very strong community that works every single day? They're very influential because these IT technical people who are on Reddit, they're everywhere. They're infiltrated everywhere, and they have their own little club. I wouldn't say it's just a boys club, but they have their club to other influential technical people, which is why I really think, you know, Bitcoin went somewhere. So that's the first part. Then we're going to talk about shit coins and how I've been making money off of it and how I understand they don't want you to do it. But if you understand the rules, I'm actually up. So, and I'm the only one you're going to hear do that. And I am a responsible investor, but like responsibility is also not ignoring stuff and also learning how this is going to be a big part of the market, why it's a big part of the market, and how you're going to capitalize over it. It's not going anywhere. And I'm going to tell you why it's not going anywhere. Because it's the same thing in my real estate investing. It's the same exact behavior. You have 20% of the people willing to do the work and 80% not, right? And it's the same in those meme coins. So I'll see what you guys have to say. Doge has a community of white tech bros that love Elon Musk and memes, as well as the community of crypto beginners. It will, yes, Alexis, they're dissing it because they don't understand the power of social capital, social influence, cultural influence. And I was like, y'all silly. Now, I'm not going all in on Doge, but I definitely keep money in and I keep throwing money at it because I'm waiting to see where this joke coin goes. And if it does have the intention, which they never said it, but you can pick up on it. The intention is for a joke coin to collapse a joke corrupt system. And they're not going to stop until it happens. And there were more people in South Korea about a week ago. There was a news article, and you can Google it. More people in South Korea bought more Dogecoin right before Elon Musk went on Saturday Night Live than their entire Korean stock exchange. Okay? So we're not the only ones in on this joke who want to really prove a point. And ignoring us just at your own risk. Do good every day. So community is everything in crypto. Yeah, and let me talk about that. There are some coins. People are like, should I do this coin, and this coin? You want to know what coin I'll tell them to pick? Which one has more members, more community members who are going to sit there, shill it, talk it, post it, go to every single Facebook group, every single crypto Reddit, subreddit, every single influencers page, and constantly promote it. There's a reason you guys are into Cardano, because I mean, I actually really like Cardano. I feel like they're like the adult in the room when it comes to crypto, because Charles Hoskinson has like more of an he has more of a business mindset and a business maturity behind it. So people who are more like aligned in that, gosh, I'm trying to say this without being like condescending, but I think I just have to say it. People who are more aligned, not just an investor, but understand the business and how the business and integration and working with big partners and appearance and marketing, all that goes. Like, he's the person who speaks to that. And he gets people in Wall Street who would never come over to feel comfortable that there's an adult in the room who are doing adult things and doing adult processes. But let me tell you something. You can't go to any group without hearing about Cardano. That's because community. So if there's 4 coins you're asking me about, and one I know has a huge community that will constantly market and market and market and market, like that one will win. And FYI, I'm learning. I'm like, shoot, if I can get an army to go to someone's page, I want to be like on their side. Like, I can just get the army to go, and then that's enough. If you have a community who can promote because they want to and they're passionate, you don't even have to pay them. They do it for fun and love. That's the coin I'm going to tell you to pick. Because at the end of the day, you can be a perfect project, but if no one knows about you, no one buys you. You can be a shitty product. And I guess I'm gonna cuss through in this one more so than other. You have a shitty project, but you're Safe Moon and you have TikTokers and you have influencers and you have YouTubers all talking about it. You're gonna moon. And you gotta understand that. And we're gonna get to shit coins and I'm gonna be like, look, like it's going to happen, right? And you just have to understand that versus being so it's ignorant, not in a mean way, like, oh, you're ignorant. It's like you're very unaware about the power of cultural influences, and telling people not to look at it, I don't think is the best way. Telling people what to do to understand it, which is what I'm trying to do, will make you much more of a savvier investor on all levels, as well as just being able to stay unaware of the trends and see why someone's like, yeah, throw some money at it. It's not going anywhere. In fact, I think it's just going to get bigger. You know, they are really united. I'm telling you, we can learn something. I'm watching them. Like, if you're just like a student of like human psychology and you just like to watch groups and understand, oh, they do that differently. We don't. We can learn from them. I'm learning from them, honestly. HODL, diamond hand, baby. Yeah. When I got in at 2017 and everything fell 80%, I was like, oh, I only lose until I fall. But I knew it was going to be the future, so I still kept throwing money at it. Hey, Michael, what's up? A-coin. That is one. I was like, why can't we make A-coin our coin and like let the party begin? Like, I have no problem with A-coin. I love the fact that he's an ex-felon. I think it gives more pizzazz. You know what's in our community. Like, and I actually really like A-coin. I like what he's doing. I like the growth I've seen in him as a man, going from a convicted felon to doing his talent in music, how he talks and expresses himself, but you see the growth and maturity with it. At least I do, and how he's trying to take entrepreneurship. Like, I actually really like and respect his path and his growth to maturity. So I would love it if that was it, but I think it has to be something like fried chicken coin. Too stereotypical. Okay, well, you name one, okay? Like, I was just throwing something out. I was just trying to think of something we all like, but it'd be like a fun thing for us to coalesce around. But at least let us make it make money. The more that we love it and prompt it and promote it, like the more money we get. Like, come on, can we do it around that? You know, watermelon and basketball coin. Chicken wing, I do. I'm just gonna post all these chicken wings though. I was thinking it and you said it, right? I have no problem with it either. Wakanda coin. Actually, there's a Wakanda coin if you're looking at the shit coins. I don't think anyone black is doing it, so I wasn't buying it. Panther coin. I like that. Cornrow coin. I like that. I like cornrow coin. I made over 100K so far. Doge was great. Yeah. Now I can get a young wife because women over 30 are too old for marriage. You're such a troll. Oh, you're so silly. I'm not clicking on your comments anymore if you keep that up. It starts with a thought, an idea. Yeah. Sometimes I'll low-key be speaking stuff into existence, but we got to get started and like start seeing it. Soul coin. Black coin exists. Guap coin exists. I'm actually going to start inviting them over to talk and tell us about their coin and see. Hip hop coin. I wouldn't do that. Sanford and Son coin. I like that one. But Sanford and Son was so ignorant. I don't know. Always calling that woman gorilla. Colorism. Send me all your links, please. Okay, sure. We call it the Lamont. I like that. Are the Crypto Moonshots Reddit group? Yeah. It made some money for them too. We're going to talk about that. So I understand why people tell you not to get into meme coins, but we have to understand it's here, and we have to understand the psychology and behavior of like how people do with finances and why it's going to stay and it's never going to leave. And we also have to talk about how you can make money in it, right? Like, don't be putting your life savings in it like some of y'all did, and now you're hurt. But it can definitely be a side strategy. I wouldn't make it your main strategy or the big dummy. I used Cardano for the first time today to transfer to Binance US to convert to BSC, and I wasn't impressed, but it did the job. Yeah, honestly, I am the biggest Litecoin advocate in the world. So use Litecoin. Litecoin has the brand recognition. And that's another thing people don't understand. Brand recognition matters because if you're new, this is sort of a scary world, but you know 3 coins, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. Understand brand recognition and use it to your advantage. That's what this marketing is about. Like, just because you've heard it over and over again, you start to become comfortable with it, that it's an okay coin. And I use Litecoin because it is everywhere Bitcoin is, Litecoin and Ethereum are accepted, but Litecoin costs less than a penny to transfer. So I'm transferring all over with Litecoin because unlike Stellar and Ripple, which are basically less than a penny to transfer, not everywhere has Ripple, not everywhere has Stellar, but they all have Litecoin, right? So I would use that instead of Cardano. But that's something to note. Like, Cardano wasn't really impressive. Reparation coin. Kool-Aid coin. I can't. What platforms do you recommend to start in crypto? For a new investor, you can start with like the centralized exchanges until you get more comfortable and start transferring off. So Kraken is one, Gemini is one, Coinbase is one, Binance US is one, BlockFi is one, Celsius, and Nexo. King and Queen coin, I actually like that, Anne-Marie. Shiba Inu, yeah. Solana is the future. I use it all the time. 1 second transaction with 0.01 fees. Okay. Litecoin is crypto. So listen, I love Litecoin. Y'all sleeping on it. And I think I bought some at 200. It's like at 400. I mean, it goes up and down. Now it's back at 350, but whatever. These are my 3: Bitcoin, Ether, and Litecoin. You can't go wrong with brand name recognition. Right. So y'all understand what I'm trying to talk about with Doge? Like people who are dissing it, you're not seeing the bigger picture. And I would say, oh yeah, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my opinions. There's no guarantee. I can tell you that I'm going to buy Doge tomorrow and it falls to zero. I don't think it's going to fall to zero. There's nothing I've invested in that fell to zero outside of like some shit coins did. Those will fall to zero. The other ones really don't, because once you build the tech equity, like, that doesn't go away, right? So yeah, that is the perspective, just a bigger perspective, one that I had to learn, like, about social capital, social influence, and how to navigate that, how to curate it if you don't have it, right? And how that's more important than the money you have. And seeing Doge has it, like, every time someone says it's a shit coin, I'm like, wow, you're just discounting millions of people who have the ability to pump something so bad that South Korea had more people purchase it than their entire stock market. Like, you're not, that's not sensible. And if you're going to take crypto investing advice, we're not looking at just the main tech ones. We're going to look at the entire community and understand the entire community, because that's going to make you more agile of an investor, and you're going to be in on things and understand how it works. Yeah, I just started hearing about Fig. Fubu coin. I like that. I think I like King and Queen coin and Good Times coin. So yeah, so y'all understand Doge? Give me some feedback. You understand what I'm talking about? If you're one of the people who've been hating on Doge, do you have a different perspective now? If you're someone who was buying it and everyone was hating on you because you had it, do you see the perspective? Give me some feedback before I go on to the next part about shit coins and what I've been learning about it. Yeah. Cool. All right. Exactly, David, right? It just is what it is. So now let's talk about shit coins, because shit coins are so interesting to me. So what's a shit coin? Right. Yeah. And I'm sure you made money, because I made money off my shit coins, right? Like, depending on when you get in, you can make 1,000x returns. I just made 100 to 200x. But the thing is, I'm like, oh, I just made 100 and 200x return. Like, yo, like, where else do you make 100 to 2x100 returns in a month, right? Like, I'm so used to in crypto making 5x, 10x, 50x, 100x returns that like literally I'm making, and I'm going to show you guys my shit coins that I'm just buying. But yeah, and I'm going to talk about that too, what I've been learning. Right, that's so many of you sort of like the consistent shitcoin conversation, but they're starting to take a turn. So let me see if I have my the coins that I bought. And I'm just gonna show you like an Excel sheet because I keep track of it. I'm sorry, I'm just looking. I actually didn't plan on doing this, and now I'm like, oh, let me find this. Let me find these coins. I just posted this in my crypto for beginners groups about shit coins, and I think I was making 300%, 200%, which is still actually really good. I'm just like, it's not as good as I wanted to because it's not 1,000 or 2,000x. But even then, that's like, you should, it's so silly. Okay, I can't find it. Sorry, guys. I posted in my crypto for beginners group. If you guys want to join that, I'll put a link in the comments right now if you guys want to check that out. So it's like the most recent post. I showed you like my shit coins and how to do it. So a shit coin. This is what we call a shit coin. Most of the coins in the crypto space have a technical, innovative value to it. Ethereum, the first decentralized platform with smart contracts, meaning you can build in, if someone wants to do this and they put this up, they get that, and then it's released at this state. Like you can put that logic in so that it has all these different functions that you can add to it. So it's decentralized, but it can do logic. It can make a bet, it can make a wager, whatever you want to put into it, following the smart contracts, right? That's innovative and that's technical and it's decentralized. That's amazing, right? EOS, no, EOS is a bad one. Okay, one of the coins I'm going to talk about in my group is Helium. Helium basically started, it's like a network of, right now, it's low Wi-Fi. So it powers like scooters or different low Wi-Fi devices that need to be connected to the internet to run. And so the owner was like, how do we build a network of systems where like we don't need like millions of dollars for infrastructure? And he like found out after like he did VC funding and he was in his last year and they were running out of money. And he was like, wait, if we can get people to have these devices and they want to get it because they can mine helium, meaning they didn't have to pay us helium, they just mining helium, which is what the token is. Everybody wants to do it because they're mining, but every time there's a different miner that's on the unit, it's giving off the low Wi-Fi, which makes the mesh even stronger. And now they're coming out with 5G. So there's this decentralized 5G mining system where everyone's in. And I just bought one of the miners for the low Wi-Fi, which is for the scooters, but I'm on the waiting list to get the 5G miner. So this is an example of very technical innovation, right? There's all these different things where it's like, oh, you can mine, you get rewarded for adding to their network a 5G wireless hotspot. And it's completely decentralized, right? Like, to me, that's amazing. Technical innovation. Shitcoins offer none. They're like, we're a coin. We're going to release these mini coins. We're going to lock these mini coins, and that's it. And most of them have some weird, crazy thing where every time you sell, you lose 10%. It goes back to the community holders. That's it. There's no technical innovation. It doesn't do anything. It just has a funny name, right? That's all it does. And so that's a shit. So so people in the space like myself, I would say I'm a veteran. I'm not like I'm not a 2014 veteran. I'm a 2017 veteran. There are levels to this. But we've done a lot of research on all these things. I bought this coin. I did this coin. I looked into the tech. I looked into the white paper. I looked into their use case. I'm looking into all these technical things. And then I joined Crypto Moonshots. And it's just like, man, Safe Moon. With the rocket symbol, right? Like, Safe Moon doesn't do anything. Like, at all. It rewards hodlers. Like, every time someone sells, like, we get 5%. It's distributed to all the wallets. But it doesn't do anything. So in the world of cryptocurrency, those are called shitcoins. Now, this is where understanding behavior will help you because many people who are veterans, we don't necessarily want to see a new investor get in and chase and chase and chase. Because at the end of the day, when I'm in crypto moonshots, there are literally 200 coins a day that they're pumping. So if you're new and you only do that as part of your strategy, you're going to chase and chase and chase until you run out of money. Like, and that's silly, right? Well, right? No, that's not responsible investing. That's being very much quick, get rich quick. You're not in it for the long haul. You're trying to get really rich fast. And most of the times, if you join too late, you get wrecked, because these things started out in a 4chan where they were like a group of people secretly who already bought. And then they don't tell like crypto moonshots until they already bought. And by the time it gets there, it dumped. Like, it's really sketchy, right? Like, it's not cute at all. So not only do you have this like really negative thing, and we don't want to see new investors get wrecked, we don't want to see regulations. You just don't want to see it. New investors do that as their whole strategy. And so for the last 4 years, I've been ignoring them, and I haven't done any shit coins. I'm like, I'm not going to cater to that. But here's the reality. And if you understand this, you're going to be ahead of the game. Just like there's more people interested in a joke YouTube channel than one that could literally change their financial life, future, and the economics of their families, there's going to be a million more people interested in a shitcoin. And the reality is, we are going to tell them not to invest, but guess what? There's still Shiba Inu. Doesn't do anything. Akita doesn't do anything. Dogecoin at least has a community. Others don't have a community. They're just literally a shitcoin. And people are pumping them, and people know. They're like, yo, these are get rich quick. These are pump and dumps. We're aware they're pump and dumps. We've been told they're pump and dumps. We know that. I'm trying to get in on the pump before the dump, okay? And I just started doing this because I'm like, I've been ignoring it for 4 years, but honestly, at the end of the day, these are making money. While we're sitting here waiting and waiting, I'm like, hey, some of the time for most of this crypto game, some of it's very technical and hands-on, but then a lot of it's just waiting. So I'm like, let me take some of that free time where I'm waiting for like helium to explode or this to explode, right? And do this. And so I'm getting into this world, and here's what I'm going to say about shitcoins. We're all aware of what it does. I would not recommend a new investor only do shitcoins. However, if you have a nice portfolio that you've grown, if you wanted to take anywhere from because you can spend, if you get in on it early enough, I spent $5 on a coin, and now it's like worth $130. So, really huge, really huge returns, right? So, it's not like groundbreaking, but it was $5 to $130. That's huge. Okay. Like, that is a nice return for someone who's just getting into the crypto space. I know it's pumping up, and I got into Safe Moon when it pumped and I got dumped on. So now I'm just holding because I bought it for so cheap, and it's at zero. So if these TikTokers keep posting it, it might go up. But I've been dumped on, right? And so I'm not saying this as someone who is perfect or flawless. No, I've done the dump. But I also got some where it was before the pump. So, and my gains are 200 and 300x within 4 weeks. So I'm like, hey, we got to understand they're not going anywhere. There are people who enter this space who don't want to spend 4 hours looking up helium coin. First, they don't know how to look it up, what to look at. They don't know to go to GitHub and Reddit and this and read the white. And if you do read the white paper, because I've read some of these white papers, sometimes it's really hard to understand these white papers because it's so technical and it's not very user-centric. A lot of these tech companies really need to get on their marketing, so they break it down for a normal user who isn't tech-centric. It's hard. It's a lot of work. Where I am today is because of that work. But a new person, just like in regular life, there's 47% of Americans who don't have $500, right? Well, some of those people are getting to crypto. If they hadn't taken the time to be able to apply and adapt and learn how to have way more than that, when they get into the crypto space, it's the same behavior. I'm not going to spend all that time doing it. But here's the other half of it. They actually can make money. So I'm not going to suggest it for new investors if you don't have a lot. But I will say, if you're going to make it as part of a side portfolio, they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. They have more people. And they actually, if you get in early enough, they actually do work. And how to get in early, you just join the group. So when you see one that crosses your face that you like I just saw in the Crypto Moonshot group, 2 coins. One was Viagra coin. I was like, just because of the name, I know it's going to pump. Just that's it. It's gonna pump because of the name. Doesn't do anything. Don't do anything at all. Right? But it's going to pump. And another one was fuck Elon Musk coin, right? Sorry, I'm cursing, but like I said, we're in this world. You gotta buckle up. So fuck Elon Musk coin. It's called fuck Elon. I bought that coin. That one's growing like crazy. And I was like the 1800th person. And let me share my screen and see how many people they have right now. How do I share my screen? How do I share my screen? So and I'm not telling you to buy this. I'm not shilling this. I don't care. Like, this is moving beyond Lisa. Lisa does nothing. This is already moving. So how many now, right? I got it at 1,700. That's 287. It's growing every day. They have like an army of 4,000 people on Twitter trying to promote it. If I turn my nose up at this, I think I spent like $30, maybe $50 on getting this. But if you're looking at this, what is this? Every 4 minutes ago, 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes ago, 7 minutes ago, it's going. Like, I don't have to do anything. Y'all don't get it. I don't care. I wouldn't put all your money in it. But it's something. And so this is what I learned about shitcoins. Let me stop the share. This is what I learned about shitcoins. Marketing matters. So it has to have a catchy names. 2, the ones that the people are going to promote the most are the ones that have like a quadrillion, like some huge, like honestly, it's getting to the point. Like I have to look up what comes after quadrillion. Like, like it's getting ridiculous. So what comes after quadrillion? I literally gabillion, I don't know, gazillion. That's what I used when I was a kid. It's getting to that point. So, and the thing about it is that because there was so many coins, you can spend $5 and get like 18 billion coins and you feel very rich. You're like, I just need this to get to 0.00004 or 0.00001 and I made $20,000, right? Because of the huge numbers. Now, there's more into it about market cap, like, you know, that's more money than in the world. It's never going to go to $1 because that'd be a quadrillion dollars. There's not even that. I think they say that there's $530 trillion like worldwide. I think I heard someone say. So, you know, if you look at the market cap, which is one of the things that you learn when you're doing your due diligence, because you're like, well, what's the market cap of something we do know? You think it can, and past that, yeah, so it you know, it's not going to get that big, but people feel rich. And if you're somebody who have $20 and you can get 20 millions of a coin, especially if you're young and you're in that millennial or Gen Z, look, jobs aren't what they were, right? Things are crazy, but they got $20. So we got to understand the psychology of understanding, like, not only is it really low effort because it's low research, but it's really cheap for someone to get into. And there are people who get in early who put in $20 and make $2,000. That is real. Okay. So you getting all up in arms, and there really is a little bit of snobbery and classism I'm fighting against. And I was like, you really need to throw that away and understand what it is. Like, you got to understand that is appealing, and $20 is a risk a millennial can take on a shit coin. They're not going anywhere. As long as that person can make money like that, they're going to go, what's the next coin? What's the next coin? What's the next coin? And the developers are going to be like, what's the next coin? I want to make a coin. Like, okay, like, except if I did a coin, I would make it something around the Black community, and 10% every time you sold will go to a Black charity or fund that the community picks every single week. That's what I would do. Like, not only are we going to make money off this, but we're going to give back to the community. Like, they're doing it all the time, so why can't we? Like, right? There's no reason we can't. So do you guys understand where I'm coming with this shit? Like, it gets so much snobbery, and I'm like, when you're 20, and guess what? Gen Z pushes things. There's a lot of them. And they have more time than us mostly. A lot of them aren't working right now. But like I said, they got $20 or $100. And so, or they're doing like side jobs or Uber, you know, they're not like necessarily traditional 9 to 5, especially with like the workforce getting really hammered the way it did. You know, those stimmy checks and unemployment checks are going towards crypto. So, you know, you got to understand the allure. Low effort, low research, but you can get 200, 300. I got 200x returns. And I was in it for 4 weeks or 300x returns. And it's funny, I actually didn't think that was that good. I was like, that's great. Like, and you don't get that in stocks in 3-4 weeks because of something you heard on Reddit. And so this is going to be very sacrilegious to a lot of people out there. But what I'm saying is that I'm not saying go all in. I'm saying there's balance, there's nuance, and there's understanding its place. It is not my whole portfolios and stupid meme coins, right? Or shit coins. However, I've now learned that like if I can jump on it and I'm one of the earlier addresses, like if you're like before 2000 addresses, you're actually before the pump. If you're like the 600th address, you're actually before the pump. Now you just need to watch it before the dump, right? When like, you know, there's something called a rug pull where it's like the developers just flood the market with all their money, devalues it because there's so many being sold, but they get their cut and they just leave us holding the bag. So like it is a sketchy world. Like it is where people would do those things, which is sort of evil and low value and low character. Like, so let's not even get it twisted. It's not just called shitcoins because it offers no utility. It's because the people can be sort of scummy. Some are, some aren't. There's another shitcoin I purchased. It's called Happy Coin. I posted about this in my book. I love Happy Coin. Happy Coin is sort of like a shitty coin, but they had every time you sell it or every time you buy, you put 10% fee every time you sell and buy, and they take that and they give it to charity. So every Friday they do a new charity that focuses on mental health because they want everyone to be happy. And then I watched the program director, and what I'm telling you about is that shitcoins don't have to just stay shitcoins. There is some innovation and new thinking of how to use the money that I think is really classy and can go a long way. And so all of a sudden, a shitcoin's not just a shitcoin because every Friday I have tears coming down my eye because these mental health facilities just get $50,000 and they help young Black kids on the street with mental health problems, and they were giving them food during COVID. And you have the board of directors there, and they're helping the homeless. And I'm feeling good and teary-eyed. I literally watch it every Friday. The owner looks like some hippie. Right, he's in his garage. He lives in a garage, right? Because I can see the door, his background, the garage door of where he lives. He's like this young guy, but like his face lights up when he's sitting here, like helping and giving, and like that giving feels good to him. The giving feels good to me. I haven't bought more Happy Coin, but like it's a shit coin that had like they're using their brain to do something a little different. Where all that community money going in, not only does it make it valuable, but it actually serves a purpose. And so everyone's like shitcoin this, shitcoin that, but what about shit charity coins? So now there's charity coins coming out. And I actually really like that because if you're going to show the people that we're giving money to and make me feel good about who we're helping, and like that's, let me throw $50 at those coins all the time. So now there's charity coins, a Charitas. So that would be called a shit coin, but now they're called charity coins, but still it came out of the shit coin community. And so what I'm saying is that, oh, it's just a shit coin. It's not just a shit coin because look what's coming out of it. More and more innovation and more technical, not technical, but more innovative ways to use that money and that funding to actually impact the world in a positive way. And think of the branding and marketing that's going to go into this as this coin grows. And I'm not shilling this for you to join it. I just really appreciate how they took a shitty thing and actually made it smell like roses. Like, and I think that's smart. You know, I'm taking things that, you know, neighborhoods that people thought were horrible. And I was like, what y'all talking about? It's amazing. So I'm sort of geared to look at things that people think are valueless and seeing the value. So, I mean, that's just my MO. Like, this might be weird. One of the things I've always lived by is like another man's trash is another man's treasure. Like I'm wired to think that way. So of course I'm going to look at it and be like, well, wait. It's not just nothing to be disregarded and disrespected, but you look right underneath the surface. It's right there. Something to be said for it. So in the crypto world, I'm not telling you to go all in. I've seen some people who wasted money and got wrecked on these shit coins because it is low effort and they didn't have money and they weren't balanced. Balance is a little bit, but not a lot. So every single one of my investors in like my crypto groups, all of us do shit coins. Now it's not our main thing. We have, you know, hundreds of thousands here and there, but we throw $50 every now and then at these meme coins and these shitty coins. And I'm showing you they're getting better. So FYI, if there's some people out there, make your own coin, let me know. Maybe I'll shill it, especially if it has an impact where you're giving back or it's helping the community or going to education or mental health or stopping the the school to prison pipeline. Like you give me a cause like that, I don't mind us collectively throwing in on that, raising the money, and then letting it grow on its own as the influence and the things we're doing that are good builds its own reputation on its own. And it's also like the fact that these are doing these charity coins too. I mean, this is big because now nonprofits are like, oh my God, wow, you know, like we can get paid in crypto and it's significant amounts of money. So did I give you guys a perspective of shit coins that gets rid of some of the snobbery and elitism and focusing on what it is? Like, we know what it is. People know what they're getting into. You can't get wrecked. And we know we can't get wrecked, but we're also like, let me get in first. Okay. Like, I'm not above it. So I really want to show you my returns. Let me see if I can log in because I want to show you like the 3 coins that I bought, or, you know, when I bought them, where they're at now. So I just have to figure out which Google account it's under and what I called it. Like, is it staking? No, it's not staking tracker. I have different Excel sheet. Oh yeah. Let me look for tracker. I need to tracker something. NMM date tracker. No, so it's under a new screen name. I want you to see some of these returns. And go to a different screen name. This one. Crypto portfolio tracker. FYI, I recommend you get an Excel sheet. Oh, let me share this screen real quick. So I just got into the shitcoin world, but actually looking at my returns, I'm just going to stay. So y'all can be elitist all you want. So these are some of the coins. I don't have the date I bought them, but it was about 3 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks. Pretty much about 2 weeks ago. I heard about them. One is like Bonfire, Happy, and Safe Moon. So let me highlight these for you. For now. Okay. Right? And the price was 0.0000009. Look at these prices. So you got to understand, like, if you're new to investing, this is low effort, but you understand, wow, for $5, I can get 1.2 million coins. How many coins did I get? 128 million coins for $4.06, right? Like, come on. I mean, if you have $20, why wouldn't you be chasing this versus the other? Like, you can't buy a Bitcoin. You can't buy. So you got to understand the psychology. And that's what people aren't understanding. It just annoys me. So I want you guys to understand it and see what this is. Right? So $4.07 for Safe Moon. And then I paid $4.06 for the Happy coin. I got 128 million. And then for Bonfire, I got this. Look at, these are my returns. Like, my returns, 300%, 184%, 141%. Now, these are these are like poo coins and Doge coins. They're sort of shitty, but they have a little bit. I made more return on like poo coin. I bought it at $3 a couple weeks ago, and now it's 10, right? So that's 3x return. But still, what I'm trying to show you with that is that, you know, I put in $50, I'm at $159. I put in $4.60, I'm at $8. I mean, these aren't big, right? They're $6, but you're still seeing returns. So let's not be so uppy about why these are taking off and why this is, for some people, if you have $100, why this strategy isn't enough. So you can just do this cash in, cash out, and literally grow your money every day. And so, and I hate to, like, and I'm going to keep saying this again, I'm not telling you to go all in on shit coins. It's one part of a bigger strategy. But all of my investors who have the bigger strategy, we do not, at this moment, we are learning how to navigate this, and we sort of get in and out of this. Now, the only thing is you have to be paying attention, and sometimes I don't have time. So when Safe Moon fell, I wasn't paying attention. You know, I'm good now. But, you know, Safe Moon fell, right? And I wasn't paying attention. So then I had to wait for it to build back up, and it did. So now it went to $141, right? Or it doubled. 666, whatever. So you have to pay attention, because there is going to be a point in which, like, the dump happens. So if you're not paying attention, so I'm not going all in every day on Bonfire Happy Safe Moon Poo coins. I did just buy fuck Elon. I just know it's gonna take off, right? I was like I think I was like, shoot, I don't even think I told you 1,800, but I think I might have. Yeah, it was 1,800. Now it's 3,000 hodlers, right? So I'm in early, right? So I just got to let this ride. And I paid about $54. Now I got to pay attention to it. So I don't have enough time to do like the 200 shit coins that there are, right? And I'm not going to. But, you know, every now and then I just do crypto moonshots. And if it comes up and there's one that has a name that I really like, or it's a charity coin that I think is cool and it's still early, I don't mind throwing it in. So that's where I'm at. So I'm not going to be so throw my nose up at it, because at the end of the day, I am doubling and tripling my money within a relatively short amount of time, right? So I want to show you, because these are like, I mean, these are real returns. Now, the funny thing is we're in a bull market, so it's all green. And it's funny because people are doing the stocks, and I was like, I'll never do stocks again, because here I like expect 1, 2, 3x returns. That's minimum. From what you can get in these markets. There's a lot of reasons you get those returns, and so I have done a lot of work to get here. But yeah, so I hope, do you guys see what I mean? And I'm sort of done. So if you guys have any questions, 100K at 0.07. Oh, okay. I randomly bought Safe Moon 2 guns ago. It wasn't random. They were promoting the heck out of it. I've had Doge for a while. What do I do to make money? Help me if I get big. I keep my word and actually hook you up with a car since you helped me. I've made somewhat, but what? Oscar, join my cryptocurrency for beginners group. That's just too broad of a question to answer right now. Like what to do? It depends on what your goals are, how much money you have. Just like with real estate investing, when I work with my real estate investors, I do like crypto consultations, like how much money do you have? How much can you DCA? How much do you start with? What are your end goals? Da, 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 da. Do you want to just get in and out, or you think this is for the long haul? Because this is a different trading strategy if you think it's for the long haul. Oh yeah, announcements before I get off, because my babysitter's about to leave. Join my cryptocurrency for beginners group. If you do want to do real estate consultations, we're still doing that. So you can just sign up on affordablerealestateinvestments.com for that. If you're on my spirituality channel, they banned one of my videos, which is actually the videos that I got the most emails and private DMs about. So if you go to my soul level healing, you'll see it. Don't go to my soul level healing if you're not very spiritual, because these are, they're not. They're deep subjects. They're high level subjects. You got to really have done your work to like keep up with me. Otherwise you're like, what? I'm going to do this again. Ghosts exist? Yes. Like I was literally talking to my ancestors last night. Yes, they do. They're all around you. They mess with you too. So if you don't know, I had to kick a whole bunch of them out, but that's because I'm open and I'm psychic and whatever. But yeah, go check that out if you're on that group, if you haven't heard. So Ultra Face Safe just launched, and they went from 100K to 4 million market cap in under 4 hours. That's right. You understand what I'm saying with this, Tunny? Like it's, I mean, you can ignore this all you want, but if you're someone who has $100, they're like, I'm not going to blame someone who has 100 who's like putting $5 in these coins, seeing it double, triple, da, 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 da. And like, yo, this is their strategy. Like this is their thing. And it's becoming a thing where it's its whole investing strategy. And if you can't recognize it, that's fine. I do. And I'm going to learn it. You know, I don't shy away from things. I learned them, you know. Is it possible to mine your own coins? What software do you get started? Oh, good. I mine a couple of coins. I do the Theta Edge node for T-Fuel. That one, you go to the Theta website and download it. And that one's really easy. I downloaded Vertcoin because that had an easy miner, but that was like how much I was thinking like 28 cents, like, you know, 28 cents, like it wasn't worth, like the T-Fuel is not really worth it either. So I'm actually going to try Ethereum Classic. A lot of people are mining that, and you can do it with your CPU. And so I just went and downloaded LOL miner, which if you Google it, they're like, go to the GitHub and download the LOL miner that's for, you know, Windows. And so I just downloaded it, and I was going to start doing that just because it's a coin that's like because it's like a nothing coin, that's like it's not doing anything. It's just something being mined. And so like, it's not like Bitcoin where people came with these big ASIC miners, not like no, man, use your CPU. So you want to look at the ones that aren't like, I was actually going to look into buying a Litecoin miner off of eBay, and I found one to do Litecoin because I actually really like Litecoin. I think it's going to have its day in the sun. You heard it here first. So You want ones that no one else is doing because they've just overpowered it with their processing power. But if you get one that's still known, still relevant, but no one's really messing with it, then you do have a chance on getting in, plus getting old hardware, so you don't have to pay the premium for it. So that's what I would say about that. Yep, with the quadrillion. Yeah, it's true. Updog is a decent coin. They're donating B&B to dog shelters at each market cap. Listen, I think that's wonderful. And I think I might buy it because I know how much people like dogs. If you haven't learned how much people in this country like dogs, you haven't been paying attention, or the globe around like dogs, like you haven't been paying attention. So I actually might go and check it out if I can throw $5 at it. It depends. If I go and look and it's at like 30,000, like if it's at like under 1,000 people who have purchased it, then I know I'm in early. I'll put more money towards it. But if it's like 30, 40,000, then I'm just like, okay, I'm going to put the minimum. And the minimum for me is like $10, $20, not like a $60 or $100 play. That's how I do it, depending on how soon I get in. Because then I'm just like, I think it'll keep growing, but it's, you know, it's going to 100x, not 300, 400, 500x. Yes, Clean Ocean is a charity coin devoted to ocean cleanup. Yeah, I heard about that one. Didn't get a chance to purchase yet. I got into that one under 1 million market cap and sold at 5 million. Okay, so 5x. It's now 17 plus this last. Oh, see, right? They seem like a legit project and charity. Some of them are. The ones that are like, look, we're going to do this every week. You're going to see us literally on the Happy Coin. You see them. You see, they're like, all right. And they show their screen and they transfer the money to the.
Mommy did like my hair.
I do. It's so cute.
She liked it.
Oh, you did a good job, Divinity.
I do hug.
Mm-hmm. My little baby. Okay. All right. Divinity. I'm sorry, I have a babysitter, so I got a cash app. So, hey, thank you.
You're welcome. I did different parts because it seemed like her middle part was kind of like.
Yeah, no problem. So I'll go ahead and give you a cash app as soon as I'm done, okay? Thank you so much. See you next week.
I love you.
I love you. Yeah, 17x. Yeah, and so this is like, it was shit coins, but now what is this? This is something I would happily donate to, but you holding your nose up at it, you're just going to keep missing what's growing to be its own thing. And actually, what if these charity coins become the thing that make everyone like crypto while you were holding your nose up at it, right? Like, it's not just shit. Like, it's its own thing. And I don't know. You don't have to learn it, but it has a place if you do it wisely. Where do you purchase coins? If you're talking about shit coins, Pancake Swap. If you're talking about any coin, you go to CoinBuddy or CoinGecko, or you go to CoinMarketCap and you look up the coin, and underneath it has markets, and it'll tell you which exchange holds it. Are you interested in NFTs? I'm not. I wish I was, but I just don't understand art like that. Great jobs. Thanks for the gem. Thank you. How do you find good shit coins? This is going to be each individual. I do it on ones that like look like they have good marketing and like just sound good, right? I know that sounds crazy, but I was like, Viagra coin. Yeah, I can see a whole bunch of guys thinking that's funny. And like they love to see that reach the top. And now hold on 1 second.
Don't fall.
All right, it's time for her to go to bed. So I'm just going to finish these questions and get her into bed. Paying my babysitter. That's how I do this, guys. I get a babysitter so I can do lives, right? Divinity.
Yes.
Can I pay you 20 minutes? I have to do something, but I can't do it on the live.
Oh, okay.
All right, just give me a text in 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Just got in late. What do you think of BTT? I bought some, but I think it's sort of useless. I don't think they're delivering. But, there's a lot of marketing, a lot of shilling. So sometimes if things are being shilled, I think it was $20 for me to get like 180,000 coins or something because it was like 0.000. And you got to understand it. Sometimes it's just like everyone's talking about it. I don't know if it's good or not, but like it's like $20 in this game. Like, I'll do it. Now, if it's really expensive, I'd look more deeper into it. But if it's one of those 0.000 something and everyone's talking about it, I put some money towards it. May I have the link to the crypto group? Yeah, I'll put that in right now. It's going to be in the comments. Oh, thanks, David. Yeah, that's the little one. Do you like my hair? Be funny if babysitter was to say you can pay me with Doge. Actually, it's funny because I'm always getting them to you. That's her intro. She's 23, 23, I think, years old. And I hired her because she does a whole hair care routine for my daughter. It's like 2 hours long. I don't have time for that. You know, we oil the hair. We do this with the hair. We moisturize the hair. We deep condition. You know, like a little black girl routine. I ain't got time for that. So, and I was like, "Are you into crypto?" She said, "Yes." I was like, "What do you have?" Doge and XRP. That's their introduction, guys. So if that's the introduction, that's the introduction. Stop shitting on it being so classist. Theta, I think Theta is interesting. It has a lot of VC backing. I think they need to fix. I tried to upload videos and I couldn't. They need to fix their interface because it's ugly and clunky. I don't know why someone who's a co-founder of YouTube would sign off on that without putting some due diligence into making the organization and usefulness. So I bought some, but I'm not really happy with what I'm seeing, and I'm hoping that the developers will do something on getting the interface to be a little bit better. Because I got a video that was banned and I couldn't upload to this decentralized network, right? Like I was like, where do I upload? How do I do this? And I couldn't do it, right? And so like you shouldn't have to be a rocket scientist to use the tech. If you have to be a rocket scientist, your tech needs more work on the user interface to make it usable so it actually spreads. So you can go live, but I didn't want to live. I had recorded something and I wanted to put it on because if they're banning my content, well, then what does that mean? That means I come here, tells you about the banned content, and then I'm going to send you to a decentralized network where they're not doing that. And you know what I mean? So I can do that. You know what I mean? So they really need to get up because we do need a decentralized live streaming platform, especially with all the censorship regarding anyone saying the VACCINE. I'm not even going to say it. Anything you say, if it's not exactly what CNN says, which, you know, I don't trust CNN. They're like a scripted network and they all have the same script. Or Fox News is a scripted network too. Don't even think it's one side or the other. They're all scripted and programming people into thinking the way they want them to. We need our decentralized network. So that's what I think. They need to do a better job right now. But if they do that job with what they have, it's going to be amazing because there's a lot of people who are getting banned and censored right now off Facebook and off this, and we need a decentralized video platform. Yeah, just a little bit that I bought some. So I'm gonna get going because I gotta do some stuff. Was this an okay talk? How'd you guys like it? Did you get some value out of it? Do you see what I'm trying to say that's different than what everyone else is trying to say? Do you understand why I brought this up? Because I think people are being very short-sighted, and you don't need to do that. You need to understand that there's bigger things at play. Yep. Okay. It should be right? Like that's the one thing. Great. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Good. I didn't want to like talk at you, but I was just like, y'all need to shut up because you're talking out your mouths because you don't know better. But you really see that people have this perspective. It's this perspective, and if you haven't done anything, you're not going to have that wider open vision. But shitcoins are here to stay. I'm actually joining their club responsibly. Okay, and Dogecoin, you can be a joke coin because that's the joke. The joke is going to take down a joke. Understand that. Understand how powerful they are. And if you see any community that strong, that's the coin you better put some money into because they don't even need to pay for marketing at that point. They're doing it themselves from love. And you can't beat love and passion. Okay, and you got to understand the value of that. You know what I mean? Like, my platform grows not only because it makes us money, but people actually really like what we're doing when we go into Black communities, other people overlooked, and they cost less, and we're making money. Like there's love and passion behind it. My group runs without me because there's love, and people enjoy what they do, and they have the skill set, and they want to help others. Like there's nothing that is powerful. That's a movement. Like I don't even have to do anything for it to go. Okay, good. I wanted to make sure my talks wasn't talk. Oh, what happened, baby? And is the real estate class available under that site? Yeah, go to affordablerealestateinvestments.com. Or if you join my Facebook group, Sub 30K Mastermind, if you ask a question and it's one of my training, one of the people who've taken the training will be like, yo, this is the training, take it. Social capital. Oh, what's wrong?
I don't
All right. Okay, we're going to go to bed right now, okay?
Oh, we forgot that lunch. We had lunch.
Okay, you want to eat some more? Okay, we'll get a little snack for bed. All right. I'm gonna say bye. Can you say bye to everybody?
Bye.
Bye, guys.